driven the whole country. Alright, you guys getting some laundry done?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now, our towels are done, and then we need some clothes.
All the clean clothes need to go in there? Nice. We are currently in Boise, Idaho, where we have had a few days in our Airbnb to recharge, let the kids stretch out, and catch up on normal life things before the next round of adventures. And of course, that means it was finally time for Julian's very first haircut. I cut all of my kids' hair, and it's something I actually love doing. It's become a fun little tradition, and it saves us a ton of money, so that's a win in my book. Julian did great. He stayed still just long enough, and he looked so handsome when we were done. If you're new here, we started this trip on the East Coast and have been traveling with our big crew from Virginia through Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and now up here to Idaho. It has already been a wild cross-country adventure, so let's jump into today's fun.
And that's the end of Mom's hair cutting shows.
Turn me on. Is it back? Aww. He's so handsome. Aww. You want some milk? Or do you want juice? Juice. You do it. Juice. You do it. Juice. Okay, so we were gonna go take a hike, get some fresh air, have a picnic, but I don't know if you can tell how not fresh this air actually is currently. So, like, my eyes are literally burning. So I guess we are going to maybe find something scenic to look at and maybe have lunch in the car. Let's try that. Is it great? Good morning. We are having eggs, and sweet potatoes. Fried eggs on sweet potatoes. If you've not had it, it's one of my favorites. It's always like a pregnancy craving. Okay, today is a travel day. So, I'm up trying to have coffee, and my main focus is to figure out where we're staying. Figure out where we're staying tonight, because we don't have a place for tonight, which is not normal. This has only happened one other time. Usually we have a place by now. So that's the thing I'm focusing on. I get easily distracted. So instead of that, I was changing diapers. Now I'm getting kids to get around and get dressed. It's going to be a longer travel day, it looks like, because we're trying to get into Oregon and closer to the coast all in one day, which we've been doing a little bit shorter spurts, so I think we're going to take a longer one. We have a map here. So Mia and I were actually going back through the states, because this is just such, honestly, this is the best geography lesson you can learn, is just travel the daggum country. Uh-oh. Maybe you got a bug bite? And we also have to do laundry, because if you aren't aware, one of the most important things you can do for yourself.
Is my laundry done from yesterday?
Yeah, check Grandma's bed. One of the most important things you can do for yourself when you're leaving is to clean all of your clothes. That way, wherever you're getting, everything's nice and clean. You have everything you need. It's always a pain, but I think it's really important. So, kids got to get changed so we can get their clothes in the laundry. I got to look for a place to stay. Hubin is making breakfast with the tiniest pots and pans possible. So, yeah, that's what we're doing this morning. This Airbnb is a little bit different. They don't want like their bed stripped and things like that. So wherever you are, accommodate the rules. That's the best. That's the most helpful. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna drink some coffee and find us a place to stay. This was a 2-bathroom, 3-bedroom house with this cinema that fit us surprisingly well, even as a gigantic family. We absolutely love this space. We had outdoor space. And there were so many pretty things to see in the Boise area.
See you, Boise!
Alright guys, where are we? Okay, so we hit the road. We've not been on the road very long, and we actually just crossed into the Oregon border. And I was telling the kids that officially means that we have made it from the East Coast, literally all the way to the West Coast. And anyway, that's nuts. That's a huge accomplishment. We've driven the whole country. This guy's driven the whole country.
It's fantastic.
Which this is actually one of the clearest places we've been in a while, since Idaho was so smoggy. But anyway, I don't see any fire activity. It's beautiful here.
It is beautiful.
Liz and I are getting some snuggles. Hi, Julian. The littles have been napping also. We were over 7.5 hours at the start of this journey, and we're about to cross under the 6-hour mark. So that's exciting. It's been a smooth ride so far. I was curious if we were going to actually see any fires, because it's been a fire issue this whole northern part of the country. So
yeah, Idaho was great, except for the fact that we couldn't do anything.
you just couldn't breathe.
We tried to go to the Parkway or the Greenway or whatever it was, and it was a 25-mile hike that we wanted to go on. Not the whole 25 miles, but we got there, and I thought fire.
Oh, look at that.
There's not fire, but
This is what they're
there's
calling
signs
a
of
fire zone. I see. Okay. Oh, I can see it over there too, I think.
I think I read a report the other day that said that in Oregon and Idaho or something like that, there's 270,000 acres on fire.
That's insane.
So
It's insane. We don't come from an area that's typically on fire, so it's crazy to see.
we all fire for Jesus. Oh.
It's crazy to see so much space. There's just a house up there. We don't make fire for Jesus. That's not what Daddy said.
Across the road there.
Yeah, across the road. Let me turn you around. Yeah, that's crazy. All of this, some on this side too. No idea if this is controlled burn versus wildfire. But this whole hillside over here, all the way, is black. It's hard to see it. You can see it quite a bit on this side too. Also, quite an interesting fact. We got a bit sick on the way through Utah, and I eventually looked it up because it kind of just crossed my mind. Every time we would drive, my ears would get all funky and feel like they're popping or needed to pop or something. And so I was aware of elevation change, but not like highly aware, I guess. So anyway, I looked it up. Our typical elevation zone is in the 900 feet above sea level range. And then I looked up where we are currently spending time, and we're like 4,000 feet above that, which is just crazy. And I don't know exactly that had a tie-in to us not feeling well, but a lot of the symptoms that we had as a family, I actually didn't get it other than my ears bothering me. Everyone else got it. A lot of the symptoms we had were consistent with like elevation sickness, and especially through Utah. I didn't realize Utah is one of the highest elevation states in the country. And we spent quite a bit of time in Utah. So it might have been that, might have been a bug. Glad we're feeling better, but as we're coming through here, this part of Oregon, I actually can feel my ears responding to the elevation change here as well, going up. Can y'all see this dust tornado?
That thing's big.
That's crazy. Oh, is that hot? Yeah, the phone's a little hot, isn't it? We stopped at the tiniest little place called Burnt River Market, and they were not prepared for our family size, but it's fine. There's not another gas station for like 40 miles, so we stopped, grabbed some. They did have some bread and crackers, so we're gonna get lunch started and get back on the road. Let's see if we can fall. Okay.
You can use this.
It's okay.
Got it.
You don't like them?
All right. I know I'll probably say this every single time I make a sandwich, but put the heel on the inside of the sandwich. Is this woods or forest, babe?
This?
Yeah.
This is forest.
This is forest.
This is a national forest that we're going for. Look. Ha-ha!
This is national forest.
You got. I didn't get
What do you guys think of traveling the Oregon Trail?
Awesome!
You think?
Awesome!
Long trail.
Awesome!
So we're looking at this plaque that tells us Strawberry Mountain with an elevation of nearly 9,000 feet.
Look at that.
And it's a far smoggy day, but look, that's the mountain range. As we make our way across Oregon, the stretch feels longer than most. Maybe it's the miles we've already put behind us, or the fact that we don't know exactly where we'll be staying tonight. But there's something about this part of the journey that makes me look back and breathe a little deeper. When we left Roanoke, we had no idea just how far we'd go or how many memories we'd collect along the way. From the quiet roads of Arkansas, up through Nebraska's open fields, across the mountains of Colorado, into the red rock canyons of Utah, through the heat of Arizona and the lights of Nevada, and now into the tall pines and wide skies of the Northwest. It's wild to think about how much ground we've covered, how many hours we've spent together in this van, and somehow we're even closer than when we started. There's something humbling about crossing a country this big. You realize just how small you are, but also how deeply connected a family can be when you're stacked shoulder to shoulder, chasing the same sunrise. The long stretches, the unexpected detours, the moments of quiet, the bursts of laughter, all of it stitching together into a story we'll talk about for the rest of our lives. We're tired tonight, but we're excited. We're grateful, and as the sun drops behind these Oregon hills, we know adventure is still waiting for us just up the road. New places, new memories, and a little more of this beautiful country to discover. So here's to the miles behind us, the miles ahead of us, and this moment right in the middle where we get to be together on the road, still moving forward. We'll see you in the next one.